Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed last week's video. I know most of you really did, and we are continuing today. Let's just get started.
Hello out there viewers, this is All Things Bipolar. You're welcome once again. Last week you enjoyed us, and I know, and I still have my guest here. She doesn't want to be known as Joan, but Nanama. And then she really went deep last week with us, and I have learned a lot of things. Because of last week, at the spur of the moment, we were enjoying the interview and the education so much that I forgot to even ask her about her educational background. So she's going to start with that. Nana, you are welcome once again.
Thank you.
Education, school, where did you start from? What school did you attend?
Okay, so I went to a lot of private schools as a kid. I went to Youngsters, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star Crash, Youngsters.
Where located? Where is it located?
That's in Newtown.
Newtown, Accra Newtown.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, then Youngsters, then K. Billy Clare Academy. That's East Legon. That was my uncle and aunt's school. Then I came to Rhinebeck. Then from Rhinebeck, that's GSS. I got to GSS when I was in 11. I repeated class 6, so I had to jump it. Then from GSS, I came to Accra Girls. From Accra Girls, I came to Maritime University. And then from Maritime, I'm hoping I can go and do something at Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarding. Yes.
This path. That means that you grew up in the schools you mentioned as very expensive schools. Did you live with your parents, your mom and your dad?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. You still do?
My mom's dead, but I still do with my dad. I still live with my dad.
Okay. Alright, that's fine. So we know where she came from. You've done well. I mean, in school, it's not been easy. You've gone through the system, irrespective of the condition along the way. I know.
And there were no breaks. I always felt there should be a break because from class 6 to GSS, because I jumped class 6, I had to go straight from class 5 to GSS 1. Then I think around GSS, they did this 3 years, 4 years thing.
Okay, yeah.
And then right away from GSS, I had to go straight to SHS. Not even a year's break.
That is true.
Then from SS2, Atomos came, did some 4-year thing. And then right from there, I had to go straight to uni. Not even 6 months.
Exactly, that is true. I saw that coming. In Valley View University?
In Regional Maritime.
Regional Maritime University, sorry. Was there any point you wanted to drop out?
Actually, I was told to drop out.
By who?
My daddy asked me to defer my course. He felt I needed a break.
Okay.
But I'm a very good listener. That's why my ears were ringing. So he said something to me. He told me if I knew how people who don't go to uni drop out of school and suffer looking for a job, the best jobs you can get are 1,000 to 800 if you are lucky.
Yeah, that is true.
But it's mostly 300, 400, 500, 600. So he told me point blank that if I stop, that's the life I'm going to live. So I didn't give it a second thought. No matter how many feelings I had, before level 400, before my friends to finish level 400, I had 15 to 20 receipts.
You don't mean it.
I wrote every single one.
After graduation or before?
After graduation.
Wow.
I wrote every single one and I have my certificate.
You were a champion.
I had a pass, but I still have my set. I can still work.
You can still work.
At least I'll get 1,008. I'll get 2,500. They'll pay my SNES.
Exactly.
But if I hadn't finished,
You'll be seen as a senior high school graduate.
yes.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how long you got the tertiary institution. You did well. I know a friend of mine, the same thing happened. She has bipolar. She nearly dropped, and then we gave her that advice to still keep on. So your father gave you one of the best advice ever. I know it was difficult for you, but then well done. Now, the last time we were talking, you mentioned relationship and why you are not dating now. I know you have tried. What would you say is the main thing that makes gentlemen who comes to you leave? What do they see about you that because when they see you initially they all want to come close to you, but later I'm sure they find something about you and they leave. What is that?
I think they're mostly scared.
Scared.
Because when it comes to me, I'm 100.
100? What do you mean by 100?
If I tell you I love you,
you are indeed in love with the person.
I'm indeed, like, my mom and dad were married for over 25 years.
Okay.
I've seen them fight and patch up all the time. So if you come to me and then you're like, you want to be in a relationship, I'll ask you, what happened to your ex? What was the problem that couldn't be solved? Till death do you part. So if right now I'm in that situation right now, I met somebody and he's scared.
Scared of you?
He's scared of me. And I'm very demanding as well. I feel when you're doing something, you should open your eyes and do it with your eyes and your heart open and your body as one. Be aware, be committed. That's the way I feel. So even if I can't be in a relationship with you, because at the end of the day, even if I marry, I'll still have no friends. I have to treat you as a brother, as a best friend, as a father, as an uncle, as a niece, a son. He gets it. So that's the way I am. And people come to me with the intention, they like me, but they have intentions at the back of their mind that's not going to help both of us.
Okay.
And when you come to me, I'll tell you point blank. And some of them too, they can't open up. You know, men's growth is slow. I know you know that. Men's growth is slow compared to a woman's. So I'm 27 and the person I like is 28, but he's thinking like somebody who is like 21, 22.
So not that mature person.
Yes, you get it. That's the problem. And I've met men who are 60 years old who still act like children.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm a mother. When that's the way I am. I'm a mother sort of person. So you meet me and you be like, this girl, what's up? But you have to sit down, open your heart, open your mind, and get to know me. Then you know that I'm a gift to you. So that's the problem I have with men. I don't tolerate nonsense.
So I don't push them away when you find out who they are.
I don't push you away. I give you the chance to right your wrongs, and they can't take it. They know they fucked up, so they have to just bounce.
So on Date Rush, the gentleman you got as your date, what happened to that relationship?
Okay, so he wasn't. I think he came to the program for the fun of it.
Okay.
I think he came to the program, excuse me to say, for sex.
Okay.
Because if you are coming to such a program and the claim is Date Rush, so I went there and even I told the lady I said something that made her feel I wasn't looking for a date, and I told her I've been single. So if I get somebody from this, I'm okay.
Alright.
But I met him and it was just something else. The facial expressions weren't working. You know, if you can't talk, I'll read the expressions. The facial expressions weren't working. The talking wasn't working. And he always like they always want to feel like they are the boss. Men always want to be, I'm the man, I'm the boss. Meanwhile, so you need help. Behind every successful man is a strong woman. So that guy eventually ended up going to date somebody else too from Date Rush. And the guy that I like is also from Date Rush. The second interview we had, he's the one who was defending me.
Yeah.
Yes. But he also came in and he couldn't control himself, he couldn't control it. So it's not like I pushed him away. And I will string you as long as I can, because when you're coming, I want you wouldn't know about what you're coming to get. It's not worthless, it's spicy.
Do you regret going on Date Rush?
No.
You don't regret?
I don't think I've grown past the point where I regret anything I do.
Now, let's come to a very important part of our conversation, stigmatization. Do you remember the first time you were stigmatized? How did you feel?
This topic, I don't know. I still mentioned it, but I don't know. I don't pay attention to people.
Okay.
Like, I don't have time for you. My brain is worrying me. Like, magic boom.
So you are dealing with that?
I'm dealing with that. Why should I come and add yours to it?
Okay.
But it doesn't change the fact that at the end of the day, my mind is my mind. It's an entity on its own. It's a body part on its own that has its own mindset. So you say it, and definitely I'll record it, and I'll be repeating it in my head. If usually, like before, that's what I used to do. Then I'll be so down. Then I was like, okay, let me take it to the mirror. So if you stigmatize me, you say something like, oh, then I will say, and I say, I'm always in they're like diasa, or they are always like their mates. Their mates are always passing silly comments, or those men passing along the streets, they're passing. Somebody can call me Otele, or prostitute, or Omaga, or Obolo. When I go home, straight to the mirror, I'll tell myself, you're Otele, you are Omaga, you are a prostitute, you are this, you are that. If you don't like it, change it. So I'm already used to that stigma that you are coming to put on me.
So
I don't have time.
The message, the publication that came after Date Rush about you being deported and everything, it didn't have any effect on you.
Well, can't you see it died down quickly?
It died, yeah, quickly.
And can't you see people couldn't talk about it?
Exactly.
Anybody who came to my DM, I'll tell you I've seen it. Anybody, and I had over 700 different chats. You come, I've seen. Right now I have over 900 contacts on WhatsApp. Seen. I will not tell you I feel bad. It's not true. I've not been deported. And it's true I'm schizophrenic. And so what?
So I can see that you have come to accept who you are.
Yeah.
And then you want the world to know, and then you want to fulfill why you came to the world.
Yes.
That's very important.
This is me, and you have to take it or leave it.
That's very important.
I won't change anything.
Because it takes a lot of people time before they get to that level. So I'm happy about the strength you have.
I don't have any more time. I'm 27. 3 years I'll be 30.
Wow.
I don't have any more time. My menopause is getting close. I just have 13 years.
13 years. Wow. Nana, tell us what are some of the signs of schizophrenia? If somebody is schizophrenic, what are some of the things you see when you see about this person? You can tell, okay, this person has this condition.
I don't know if I have met any other schizophrenics. I don't think I've met any other schizophrenics. Okay. I would like to meet somebody else who's also a schizophrenic. Then maybe I can judge.
Alright.
But from what I have been experiencing, for when you be hearing voices,
okay.
And you won't know whether it is real or not. And then if you have an attitude like mine, it might probably affect you. Because me, I couldn't even wash my clothes. I couldn't cook anymore. I won't eat. I won't tidy up my room. It's normal.
Okay.
It's normal. But it's not normal for me. Because I'm a neat freak. Sometimes I'm a very neat freak. It's not normal for me. So, and then I get aggressive. Every little thing I'll be angry. Like things that are not necessary, I'll be upset. I'll be crying over every little thing. Like things that I should just accept and move on. Like it's normal in life. I can't digest it. Like I can't. If you come and tell me, oh, this person is a thief, me, I don't understand what a thief is. To me, the person found something and he needs it and he took it. That is the way I am. That's the way I think. So I couldn't digest a lot of things, like society-wise. Like everybody is doing something, but me, I'm in one lane. Or somebody is doing something and I'm MIA. Like the whole world is into something and I don't even know what's going on. I'll be asking, what's going on? I'll be in the classroom, like the teacher is teaching, and now I'm asking something that he has said
some days past.
Okay. So yeah, that's how it was.
Initially, you mentioned about blackout. Was it before or now the blackout is still there?
Now I can control it. When I'm about to black out, I hold on to something. They said I have symptoms of epilepsy. I don't know. I shake like I'll be... Yeah, and I'll black out. But I can control. My mom used to tell me that it happens to her, so I shouldn't let it control me. So even though it was the hard way, when I black out in front of her, she doesn't move to me.
Okay, wow. This is interesting. There's something very important I want us to discuss as well. That has to do with support, both family support and any other support apart from the family. Let's look at your family first. would you say your family have supported you very well? They are the reason why today you are here.
Let me say this first. I see myself as an orphan.
You don't have a father, you don't have a mother?
That's the way I see myself.
Okay.
Even before it comes, I already see myself as such.
Okay.
Because of the lifestyle I saw my mom live with her family, the things she said to me, the way my daddy treated his family, the things he said to me, and the way our family is now, and some of the things they did to me. Not because I can't forgive them, but because I feel if they are not there, I will still have to cope.
Okay.
It's not all about family all the time.
So you are learning to live on your own.
I'm learning to live on my own. You see, I've been compared. They don't give me room to like even think I need this. When I was growing up, before I have thought, they've already brought it. So growing up, it was also one of the issues I was having. Like I'll go out and I know I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. I won't be able to do it. I'll go out and come home and I have not achieved anything. Because I know if I come home and I come and complain and tell my mom, she'll get up and go and do it the next day. Or my daddy will get up and go around to doing it. Or my sister or my brother will go around to doing it. You get it?
Yeah, I do.
All I have to do is stay home, clean the house and look pretty. That's it.
How did your mom and your dad handle, and your siblings handle it when you were diagnosed? How did they take it? What was their reaction towards you afterwards? Did they change towards you? Did they say?
My mommy started being Jesus-y. She started church after church. Already she started with my little brother, but when she brought it on me, I couldn't take it. Church after church, like, let's pray. Already she was a religious person, always teaching me to fast and all of that. But it got really bad. Like, it got to the point where she wanted to feed me, she wanted to wash my clothes, she wanted to even bath me, like...
Maybe she felt you were helpless at the time.
No, but I was okay.
Okay, you could do things yourself.
I could do things myself and I'll fight with her. Why? Why are you doing that?
So, this reminds me, there's a friend I have living with bipolar. When it started, the symptoms started and we didn't know what it was. Her parents took her to almost every church in Ghana to be prayed for. Did it happen to you?
No.
Okay.
But it's not good. But what happened to me that was negative was that my daddy locked me in my room. Up to now, I have bars on my gate.
Why would the father do that? He didn't know what was wrong with you.
No, I was being fed through the window.
He thought you were aggressive at the time.
No, I was just going to work. I was doing service. I woke up in the morning, I was going to work and
He had locked your door.
the bars were locked.
Has he explained to you after that why he did that?
Okay, so I don't... Okay, here's one thing. My daddy tied me up. The first time my daddy took me to a psychiatry, he tied me up because of 5 CD. I was going to uni and I was going to lectures and I told him I needed money. And that time he was like, I'm using the money for drugs. So the best I can do is transport. But he forgot the fact that I have to print texts out. He forgot the fact that I'll eat. He forgot the fact that I'll have to buy some things or I just have money on me to make me feel comfortable. So why should he give me 5 CD? That's enough for transport and I don't understand. So because I didn't understand and I was throwing things around, he tied me up like a thief. The blood wasn't pumping in my veins. My hands were swollen, they were blue and green. Yeah, that's how bad it was. So that's what he did. Then the second time, he tied me up again. The third time he handcuffed me. The fourth time he handcuffed me.
Wow. See, when a parent or people around us don't know how to handle people who are living with this condition, here's some of the things they do, and it's rather depress them more. It's rather push them away more. No matter how aggressive they get at the point, they will listen, have a way to relate with them and talk to them. But I know you are forgiving your father because he didn't understand what was happening to you.
Yeah, but he woke me up to a lot of things.
Okay.
He woke me up to a lot of things. I think that is all part of what has made me who I am.
Exactly.
It has made me a stronger person because if I tell you like maybe 4 or 5 years ago I had opportunities like this, but I wasn't following them. The same things, life is the same cycle. It's the same thing. It's a repetition of events. So events that were supposed to happen years ago when I was 18 to 24, 25, I just kept missing them.
So, your siblings, how many are they?
We are 5. I don't know the first one. She's a stepsister. Then I have an elder sister, an elder brother, me, and my younger brother.
Did they in any way shun you when you were going through all those difficult times?
Up till now, my elder brother is shunning me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten the opportunity to sit down and explain things. How?
He told me
what
the
you are
next
going
time
through.
he sees me, the last time I spoke to him, the next time he sees me, he's gonna slap me.
For no apparent reason? Or because of what happened between you and
That's too deep. No, let's not go there.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
I'm hoping things will balance out.
Exactly.
It's not his fault.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm
not
happy
his
you
fault.
understand it's not his fault. Because when people don't understand what is happening to people living with conditions such as these, we tend to behave in a different way until you get the education, then you begin to understand them. That is why these things, what you are doing today, is very important for every viewer, everyone watching us. Let's get to the education. In Ghana, issue of mental health, we have not taken them serious. So people are really struggling. People living with the condition are struggling. I have friends living with that condition, and I know the struggles they are going through. And I will be ending very soon.
I'm hungry.
See, finally on issue of marriage, does it ever occur to you that you may not be able to marry because of your condition? Does it scare you?
I think people who don't even have mental disorders have that problem.
Okay. You have a very tough memory, and you have I like the way you think, and I like how you have become. The way you think helps you a lot.
It does. Funny enough, I prefer talking to myself than talking to people because I understand myself more.
Okay, so what would be your advice to people who may have friends showing signs of any form of mental health condition, but they don't know? What would be your advice to them? And they are maltreating them, maybe they are shunning them. What would be advice to those people?
Okay, don't shun the person. I know it's difficult because even if I was a friend of me at that time,
I mean, friends and family alike.
I think that anybody who has a mental disorder or relationship, like relations that have mental disorder, you have to handle the person like a grown-up child. You have to handle the person like an unruly baby, like a baby who has just been given birth to from like 9 months to 3 years old, who doesn't know how to eat, doesn't know how to talk, doesn't know how to walk. Not because you are trying to bring them down or you are trying to smother them or something, but because you want to understand them. The best thing to do is to try and understand. And you know the person will give you signs. When the person wants you close, that if I want you close, I'll let you know I want you close.
Yeah.
If I don't want you close, I'll let you know you're not the one I want around at this time. So whoever you have that has a mental disorder, you have to be acutely attentive to the person. Not to smother the person, because too much love too, we don't like it. We don't like too much attention. We just want to be there and be able to go through the motions of life daily. Wake up, it's just like every normal person. We want to feel normal. So any statement you say that makes us feel like we're abnormal, we are very aware and we are listening. And we put you in our books. Any action you do that makes us feel like, oh, or a look or an expression we don't understand, we hold it against you. So what you say is very paramount. There's something that I always say, words are very powerful, and the tongue that eats salt and pepper, whatever you say comes to pass.
That's true.
So if, let's say, I am schizophrenic and you come and tell me, oh, but you are schizophrenic, so that's the way you are, how do you expect me to think? But if you come knowing that I'm schizophrenic and you ask me, oh, how are you, without even referring to the schizophrenia, till I bring the topic up, you are a friend. Indeed.
Wow.
That is the advice I want to give out.
That's deep.
Stigmatization is not intentional on anybody's part, and it's not fair. But it doesn't mean that you can't curb your mood, your emotions, and your words. You have to choose your words wisely, think them through, think them twice, put yourself in the person's shoes. If it was me, how would I feel? So when you do that, that helps us. It helps us when you pay attention to us. Don't do it too much. We are just normal people, just like anybody else. We just have mental disorders.
So thank you. That was powerful education from our guest. This is very interesting. This is just educational. If you know anybody living with any mental health condition, look, it's just like somebody living with diabetes. Let's treat them as though we treat those that we love. I think they are stronger than we are, irrespective of all the difficulties she's going through. Look at where she is today. Thank you so much for watching All Things Bipolar, and thank you for liking and for hitting that button each time we put our video there. You see it. We'll have our guest again, and I know it's going to be powerful. Thank you so much, and all the best. Thank you, Nana, for coming on the show.
Thank you too. One love.
One love.